Have you ever held a coin and wondered what stories it could tell? What if I told you the 1986 Kennedy half-dollar isn't just a piece of change? It's a symbol of a generation, a tribute to a beloved leader, and a collector's item with deeper value than meets the eye. Welcome to a journey into the heart of American numismatic history, where every edge, every engraving, and every mint mark tells a powerful story. The 1986 Kennedy half-dollar is part of a series that began in 1964, minted just months after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The coin was born not just out of economic need but out of national mourning. Americans wanted something to honor JFK's legacy, and the half-dollar became that symbol. By 1986, this coin had already seen over 2 decades of circulation, and yet its story continued to evolve. Let's start by taking a closer look at the design of the coin. On the obverse, or front side, you'll find a profile of John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States. The portrait was designed by Gilroy Roberts, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time of Kennedy's death. It's a dignified image, clean lines, poised expression, and strong features. This wasn't just a face, it was a reminder of hope, of youthful energy, and of a country that dared to dream. Now, flip the coin over and you'll see the reverse side, which features the presidential seal. It was designed by Frank Gasparo, another legendary engraver. You'll see a heraldic eagle with a shield on its chest, holding an olive branch in one talon and arrows in the other. Above the eagle's head are a ring of stars and a scroll with the Latin words E pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one. This isn't just patriotic imagery, it's a message. It tells of unity, strength, and America's role on the world stage. In 1986, the Kennedy half-dollar was minted at 2 primary U.S. mint facilities, Philadelphia and Denver. You can tell where a coin was minted by looking for a small letter just above the date on the obverse. A P stands for Philadelphia, while a D signifies Denver. There was also a special San Francisco mint-proof coin, marked with an S, but we'll talk more about that in a moment. So what makes the 1986 Kennedy half-dollar unique in its series? By this time, the coin was no longer widely used in everyday transactions. Banks and vending machines had mostly stopped accepting or dispensing half-dollars, and the public's interest in using them had waned. However, the U.S. Mint kept producing them largely for collectors, and this is where the value of the 1986 coin begins to shine. Now let's talk composition. The 1986 Kennedy half-dollar, like other coins from 1971 onward, was struck from a copper-nickel-clad composition, outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to an inner core of pure copper. This means the coin isn't made of silver like the 1964 version, which had 90% silver content. But that doesn't mean it's worthless. Quite the opposite, in fact. While the face value is 50 cents, the collector's market has given the 1986 Kennedy half-dollar varying prices depending on condition, rarity, and mint mark. A circulated coin might only fetch its face value, but uncirculated or proof specimens, especially those in pristine, mint-state condition, can be worth significantly more. Some MS-65 or higher grade coins are often sold for several dollars, and pristine proof coins from San Francisco, sealed in special U.S. Mint packaging, are highly sought after by collectors. Speaking of proof coins, let's dive into that for a second. The 1986 S-proof Kennedy half-dollar was part of the annual U.S. Mint proof set. These coins weren't meant for circulation. Instead, they were made with special dies and polished blanks to produce a mirror-like surface and razor-sharp details. These proof coins are often stored in protective cases and are popular among hobbyists and investors alike. They're little works of art, gleaming, precise, and deeply symbolic. Beyond its numismatic details, this coin speaks to a larger truth: how nations choose to remember their heroes. Kennedy's vision of space exploration, civil rights, and international diplomacy left a mark not just on policy, but on the hearts of millions. And this coin, this simple 50-cent piece, is a quiet, everyday tribute to that legacy. And there's more. For educators, the 1986 Kennedy half-dollar can be a wonderful teaching tool. It bridges history, politics, art, and economics in a way few objects can. Imagine showing a class this coin and asking, what does it mean to honor a leader? How do the materials and designs we use reflect our values? Why do some objects endure while others fade? In the end, the 1986 Kennedy half-dollar is more than metal. It's memory. It's art. It's patriotism. Whether you're a casual observer or a seasoned collector, this coin holds a special place in the world of U.S. currency. So next time you see a $50, especially one dated 1986, pause for a moment. Look closely. Feel the grooves. Let it remind you of the stories we carry in our pockets, the symbols we pass hand to hand without always stopping to appreciate. Because sometimes, it's the smallest things that carry the greatest weight.